Hello, everybody. Welcome to Who the Hell Asked. I'm your host, Slade, and I have Byron with me. How's it going, Byron?
It's going all right. It's going all right. Just a plain old day. So we have We have a couple of news topics this week. This was probably the slowest week in the history of the show, but we do have a couple of important topics. So first off, PlayStation. Sony confirms PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and PSP stores are shutting down, so Sony can shift its focus to PS5 and PS4. Sony officially confirmed the closure of its legacy PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and PlayStation portable storefronts in emails that were sent out to people, emails to customers. The PS3 and PSP stores will be closing on July 2nd, and the PS Vita store will be shutting down on August 27th. You will still be able to download all of your previous software and video purchases as long as you remain a member. You won't be able to buy new games. So, what do you think of this, Slade?
Pretty unfortunate, but at the same time expected. Typically, when a company goes to their next console or whatever, they typically shut down, services and stores for the console 2 generations back.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, Nintendo recently last year shut down their Wii eShop and whatnot and everything in regards to buying Wii products online.
Yes.
So, this is Sony pretty much kind of doing the same thing. It really sucks in a lot of aspects, considering that unlike the Series X, the PS5 isn't backwards compatible all the way to like its origins with the PS1, PS2, PS3, etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna lose a lot of gems in gaming history with this transition.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you have an actual console, there are emulators if you want to use them. But officially, you will be losing a lot of that. Yeah, and this isn't a new thing though.
This isn't a new thing. This was entirely expected. I think people thought we were a couple years out from this kind of thing simply because, let's face it, all the scalpers have the PS5s right now.
Yeah, that and obviously like parts shortages, as we've talked about for a bit last week, and so like that's understandable. But like Sony's gonna Sony.
Yeah,
companies are gonna company, and for some people, they would call this a bit of poor timing, considering all the Japan studio news as well.
Yes.
And not Mark Cerny, who, the new guy that runs PlayStation, Jim Ryan's comments on basically fuck the PlayStation 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Is you just good luck finding any PS1 or PS2 game online without the price being crazy overinflated.
Yep, and then because in probably like 5 or 10 years, there's going to be what there is for like the GameCube PS2 generation right now, the retro craze. That's going to be coming to like the PS3. And so
the thing is, Microsoft's way ahead of this curve too, considering they're backwards compatible all the way to the original Xbox.
Yeah. So this will only really affect PlayStation sports. And speaking of PlayStation 3, Slade, PlayStation 3 owners...
we're already feeling some of the effects of the shutdown. People are having issues with the PlayStation 3 store, buying and downloading in particular.
Yes. The web is absolute ablaze with users complaining about 2 very specific errors. And you see the error codes on screen. Error codes 800295509 and 8002971. These codes appear when trying to download software, whether it's a new purchase or something older from the user's download list. And Sony appears to be doing a terrible job providing customer support, which they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Some people
absolutely.
I've seen noted this could potentially be a 2-factor authentication issue, and that you need to... It's something to do with 2-factor, whether you have to like enable it or do something with it. That's some stuff that I've seen regarding this, but Like, it's not looking good. This ain't looking good, like, at all.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of jumped the gun with some of the servers for their PlayStation 3 eShop. Or not eShop, PlayStation Store.
Or
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not a Nintendo fanboy, I swear.
just a little bit. Now, keep in mind, this hasn't been happening with PSP owners or PS Vita owners.
Yeah, just PS3 right
the
now.
28 of you, the 28 of you that own a Vita. But yeah, it ain't looking good. So obviously, if there's anything more on these, if there's any more major issues that pop up, of course, we will be covering those in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, as these stores slowly but surely shut down. And I will recommend a platformer that was a PS3 exclusive that I've seen gameplay of, and it looks incredible. Get Puppeteer. It's a fun platformer. Recommend it. If you had to pick up one PS3 game, Puppeteer. Look it up on YouTube. If you can get it, good luck. But yeah,
I might put up the old PS3 to have a look at that.
But we have a topic that kind of became the big thing in gaming this week, hasn't it?
Yeah, so article came out from the Video Game Chronicles that some digital content at E3 2021 could be locked behind a paywall. And this blew up for a couple of reasons. Number one, a paywall for a digital-only event when there's never been a paywall for the digital content before.
Mm-hmm.
It's already absurd. But it also blew up because then the ESA came out and refuted the whole paywall thing altogether.
And I think there's a third reason that this blew up. Now, I don't know if this was unfortunate timing by Andy Robinson, but this article was posted on April Fool's Day. A day now, I holiday I'm not the biggest fan of. But some people thought this was a fake article, myself included. But yeah, so according to Video Game Chronicle sources, ESA has discussed bundling some parts of its consumer offerings as part of a paid access pass, which could be for the on-demand game demos or a premium package with extra access. However, at least one major games company, VGC, spoke to express criticism of the paywall and suggested that the ESA had indicated it was willing to back down on the proposal. So, they could back down on this. So keep in mind, this is a thing they could walk back any day now.
Well, I thought the ESA already made a statement that there was going to be no paywall already.
But yeah, this was before they made the statement of, in a statement.
Okay, this was before.
Yeah, in a statement issued after the publication of the story, the ESA provided additional comment denying it would charge for E3 content. Quote, I can confirm on behalf of the ESA that there will be no elements at E3 2021 that will be behind a paid-for pass or paywall, a spokesperson told VGC. In an earlier statement sent to VGC ahead of publication, the ESA said it would deliver a free experience for everyone interested in E3 2021, but at that time, didn't specifically ruled out paid for features. Now, and before the statement that the ESA gave, this blew up. This blew up.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people, due to being stuck at home due to the pandemic that's still ongoing, God please help us. Because of that, a lot of people were kind of like very skeptical of the idea of, well, what would they offer us if we had to pay for some of the content? Like, would they lock some of the video conferences behind this paywall? You already mentioned, demos and stuff like that.
Yes. Let me mention this really quick. The ESA wants to partner with NVIDIA to power the demos using its GeForce Now platform. So, the ESA... Now, I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, charging for demos. Like, it's weird, but...
Yeah, I thought it was weird too. And ultimately, this is kind of the kind of news that can like make or break a show or a presentation or something like that.
Oh,
Especially
absolutely.
coming off of last year where they had to cancel it entirely.
Yeah,
And the fact that they have a direct competitor with the Summer Games Fest, which we will also go over a little bit today. But
yes.
back on the whole ESA thing, this just continues to sow the idea that there's a large distrust between both the public, the ESA, as well as these companies that have to work with the ESA.
Yeah.
And this is not helping their reputation at all whatsoever.
Nah, it's not helping the cause for sure. Absolutely.
So-
It's not a great look. Now, obviously, poor timing for Andy Robinson to have this article published, but still bravo to him for publishing the article when he did, though.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned earlier, Slade, something to the effect of a competitor, right?
Yeah, so the Summer Games Festival.
Yes.
Jeff Keighley tweeted out that the Summer Games Festival is going to start in June.
June?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the exact date. I have it right here.
They did not give an exact date.
Okay, it is returning this June.
Yeah.
They haven't given us any details on whether or not it's going to be more condensed than it was last year, though. He stated that they were looking into that.
Mhm. But
That
also,
was one of their priorities.
But also, Jeff Keighley on his personal Twitter tweeted 3 words and a hashtag: free to play #Summer Game Fest. So Jeff Keighley throwing the shot out there, like, hey.
Yeah, throwing shade at the ESA and
Yep.
E3. Yep.
And Mr. Andy Robinson had so this was quite the timeline. So these tweets that I'm about to show you on screen happened before the statement that I had read earlier, the renewed statement. But yeah, Andy Robinson, after publishing that article, received a statement from the ESA, which they also tweeted out saying E3's 2021 digital show is a free event for all attendees. We're excited to fill you in on all the real news for the event very soon. Which I believe was the tweet that you mentioned earlier, Slade.
Yes.
So, yeah. But yeah. And then Andy Robinson goes on to say, here's some real news. VGC's E3 story came from actual documentation and verified sources with knowledge of its plans. We don't post nonsense, and I wish the ESA had provided us with this statement ahead of publishing. Regardless, it is a small detail in an extensive report. Oh, so this whole thing was quite a doozy. On
and
April
the way
Fool's Day.
I'm interpreting this, it kind of feels like E3 is going at the credibility of the Video Game Chronicles.
Yeah.
They like taking a swing at it. And like, either way, it's not a good look.
No.
It's really just not a good look.
Absolutely.
So.
And I think this is a potential W, PR-wise, for the Summer Games Fest.
For sure.
But it'll be very interesting to see how these events, how the next few months unfold in regards to, as the E3 Twitter account said earlier, the details. Excited to fill us in very soon.
Yeah, how soon is soon? We're not extremely sure. It could be next week. It could be a couple of weeks. They could wait till May for all we know. But
which I think
hopefully we get some details and then what companies are giving presentations and whatnot. Because Byron and I discussed this a little bit. We were thinking about doing some speculation on what we would see at both E3 as well as the Summer Games Festival. And ultimately, I don't think this show here is the time and place for that.
No. But overall, this was some wild news. This is a wild thing to see on April Fool's Day.
Considering it was a relatively dead week overall.
Yeah, and even I believe when Andy Robinson tweeted out the article, he put #not a joke. Which, hey, good on him for that. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what if there's any major fallout from this, or what domino effect this could have on E3, what potential upside this could have for the Summer Games Fest, if any, and just all around, just like very chaotic. Chaotic is the word to say for that.
Oh yeah. So I think that's everything we have to cover today. My name is Byron.
My name is Byron. And I guess this is Slade. And we will see you all in the future for It Takes Two. And we will see you all next week for some more gaming news. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe to get more content, and comment down below if you have any thoughts on Sony PS Store shutdowns or this whole E3 shenanigans. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a good day and night. Bye-bye.